We took it silently, like champions, like real champions. CNN has gone from 0 to Breitbart in 30 seconds. I love this. You know, I fucking love this, dude. When wokeness comes to Middle Earth, why some say diverse casting ruins the new Lord of the Rings series. I love this because they were like, hey, last time, like in the Gamergate era and the build up to like Obama, a lot of right wing and right adjacent content creators and like a lot of right wing content creators made a lot of money, and they were like, we need to get in on that shtick. We need to get in on that pretty hard. We can't let Sargon of Akkad make all the money. We got to make that money ourselves. So they're just straight up like, they went from hyper liberal to being like, they basically went from being like they went from over the top pandering and being like, every elf needs to be every elf needs to be trans and a person of color, an elf of color, and disabled, to actually, we realize that diversity is our weakness. It's not a strength. And hit the 14 words so fucking quick. It's crazy. And guess what? You have no commitment, okay? You have no commitment to any sort of cause whatsoever. And also representative politics and diversity in representation only goes so far. But that was the reason why liberals were on board with it. You know what I mean? I'll just say it like this, okay? I do not give a single flying fuck whether there are black elves or not, okay? It's fake. It's not real. Who cares? Who cares if there are black elves? Why the fuck would you care? Are you out of your mind? As long as the content is good, who gives a shit, okay? Like, I don't understand. The thread on diversity on shows and how accurate they are. Tyrion Lannister was specifically described as one green eye, one black eye peered out from under a lank fall of hair so blonde it seemed white. There was no outcry when he showed up on the show looking like this. In the Harry Potter books, Ron is tall as the twins. Harry had green and messy hair. Hermione had noticeably large teeth. All mentioned several times and act as plot points. Movie, average height, Ron. Neat hair, blue eyes, Harry. Average teeth, Hermione. No one cared. And the Princess Bride, Vizzini is described as having near angelic face. Movie. Yeah, people take liberties with what they decide to do. They say that there was never a black person on Lord of the Rings. No, I know. I understand that. No, I get that, like, Tolkien intended for it to be mostly an Anglo-Saxon experience devoid of any sort of black person. But ultimately, here's my counter to that, okay? Who cares? I mean, actually, who cares? Ultimately, though, you can't do just like pandering diversity shit and not actually make the content good. Especially when we're in a goddamn content drought. You know? So, you know, it's an adaptation anyway. You can change stuff. It's not supposed to be one-to-one. I know. I thought we had these conversations so many times. And it's wild that it's coming back again. I'm not racist. I just care about historical accuracy. I say about a TV show that includes hobbits and elves. Above my desk hangs a painting of Jesus who looks like Bradley Cooper. Yeah. It's also completely not true. There are POC all throughout the Lord of the Rings universe. I don't know enough. I don't know enough about the actual legitimate, Tolkien fan fiction or the facts of the matter. But the Harfoots, the most numerous of Hobbit strains, were also the smallest. They had nut brown skin and hair, nut brown. They loved hill lands and often enjoy the company of dwarves. These Harfoots were the first of the Hobbit to cross over to the Misty Mountains and enter Eriador. Yeah, okay, so here's another thing, okay? In a lot of instances, these people are just upset. These people are just upset that like the black and brown representation is not on the evil side. Let's be real. There's going to be a lot of fucking shit in this. There's going to be a lot of stuff here that from people with genuine underlying resentment towards people of color. As a consequence of white supremacist constructs that they were born into, that they were raised in, that environment that they were raised in, where they ultimately have these kinds of resentments, and they're trying to express it in this way where they're like, wow, I can't believe they made, positive black and brown characters. You know? It's just such a weird fucking thing to get mad at, brother. You're crazy. And I think people were mad that like there was a female elf too. Like the main character is like now a woman. Of course, unacceptable. And some Hunger Games fans are upset that the character of Rue is black. Racist Hunger Games fans are very disappointed. A blog just about pointed out a Tumblr site called Games Tweets. While some of the comments were mere surprise, others were more opinionated. Why does Rue have to be black? Not gonna lie, kind of ruined the movie. Both of those accounts appear to have been deleted from Twitter since Jezebel called out the posts. Rue's skin color should have hardly been a secret. In addition to being spelled out in the book, Stenberg and Kravitz were among those pictures as individual character posters. So she's black in the book and people were still mad? I don't understand. Elon said Tolkien is turning in his grave. Wait, stop. You mean to tell me that South African Elon Musk? Wait. South African Elon Musk had a take on this where he said it's unacceptable that there are positive black characters and brown characters on the Lord of the Rings baby book. Oh no. Oh no. This is ruined. Not my favorite book that I read as a kid. No, not my favorite fantasy. No, it's like, dude, chill the fuck out. Calm down. Or was it a debate where he says almost every male character so far is a coward, a jerk, or both? Only Galadriel is brave, smart, and nice. That's a nice debate. He's like, it's not because of the black characters. It's because of the woman character. Everyone needs to chill. They literally race changed L. Ron Hubbard and no one is complaining. Yeah, it's L. Ron Hoyabembe. Best watch what you say. Oh my science, I'm about to lose my rockers. Lord of the Rings universe is too advanced for you to understand. People are freaking out about House of Dragons having black people too. Yeah, I mean, dude, hey, newsflash, guys. Black people exist in society. That's crazy. So, like, maybe newer versions of, older works of art are probably going to, reflect that. Because especially when your work of art, well, I mean, I'm not saying George R. R. Martin's work of art is that old, but like, sometimes people decide to go a certain way with their representation. It's not the fucking, not the end of the world. Especially when it comes down to a book which is like oftentimes written by a much tighter group of individuals, like a much smaller group of individuals, which does not open itself up to a fuckload of different points of view on how that content should be created, which actually makes it really good, in my opinion. Writing a book can be a very selfish, singular, private matter. You know what I mean? And when you do that, you're not going to get a lot of feedback necessarily. It's like almost entirely up to the individual. And for that reason, it can be beautiful. It can be, it can really give you a peek into the mind of someone who's truly brilliant, truly creative, right? But it can also lead to shortcomings, like making all the fucking bad characters black and brown. You know what I mean? Like, because your individual blind spots are also going to be represented and reflected in the material. Now, when another creative person and a much larger creative group of individuals get to work and recreate this work of art, they're going to put their own seasoning on it, and it's normal. So that's how it works. I was standing in line to buy the new Scarlett Johansson movie Ghost in the Shell when I found out about Lord of the Rings, shitting and crying. How could they do this? Yeah. I never had to look far for representation of myself, really hot guy in mainstream media, but why would anyone want to take that away from someone else? So bizarre. Yeah. Yeah, Michael, you and I, we've been represented fairly well. Really hot guys. We've been represented fairly well in media. I don't really get it, you know? I don't really get what these people are complaining about, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so yeah, that's my take. White people always fucking up any non-Caucasian names at the moment they start talking about Lord of the Rings. They're rolling their R's and nailing names with accents, umlauts, and hyphens in them like their lives dependent on it.